Hello game developers, and welcome back to another Thrill-A-Minute episode of Game On. So if you were paying attention at Google I/O this year, you might have noticed that in addition to all those Android-powered watches and cars and TVs and like blenders and stuff, we launched a major update to the Play Games service. In addition to exciting features like quests and save games, which I will talk about in future episodes, I promise, every user now has their very own game profile, which they level up as they play. This game profile will be visible throughout the Play Games experience. Players will see it as soon as they are signed into any game using game services. It's the first thing they see in the Play Games app, and players can compare their game profile with that of their friends. And at every point along the way, we're showing players what level their profile is at. Here I can see that I am at level 15, while my manager Rado is only at level 7. Clearly, my manager, he's a bit of a slacker. And so with all the work we're going to be doing raising the visibility of this game profile level, I think it's safe to assume this is the metric by which most people will start measuring their contribution to society and overall value as a person. Or at the very least, it's something a lot of your players, particularly the competitive ones, are going to care about. So how do players level up their game profile? By unlocking XP. And how do they get this XP? By earning achievements. We convert achievement points to XP by using a fairly complicated formula that I don't want to get into right now because it's a lot of math and, actually it's just this. Every point you decide an achievement is worth, it's roughly equal to 100 XP in the Play Games app. So as players start caring about their game profile level, they're going to start caring about how much XP they earn. And as players care about the XP they earn, they're going to care about the achievements you put in your game and how much they are worth. So use these achievements well and score them appropriately, and they can be a powerful force to keep players happy and engaged within your game. So let's talk about making sure these achievements are scored correctly. And that starts by having a decent number of achievements. We took a look at our 100 top performing games with achievements and found that they average about 30 or 40 achievements per title. So, put in a good assortment of achievements. Once you have that, you then have the freedom to add in a mix of achievement difficulties, right? Variety is the spice of life, maybe after salt. So you want to add some tough achievements that might take players some extra effort to earn, as well as a few easy ones that players will earn just in the natural course of playing your game. Once you've done that, you can now score these things appropriately. We recommend make the easy ones worth around 5 to 20 points, the medium ones about 25 to 45, and the hard to epic ones in the 50 to 100 point range. Now remember, you have a maximum of 1,000 achievement points per game. So if you're making a game with 100 achievements, you're going to need to score them lower on average than our recommendations. But that's okay. A lot of achievements, that's fun too. Also keep in mind that if you've got some future expansions planned for your game, and you have achievements to go along with each of these new expansions, and you should, don't use up all your points right away. Keep a few in reserve so that you then have some achievements points to spend on each of these new updates. But what do you do if you've created what you think is a little one-off project and it becomes a surprise hit? Well, good problem to have, I guess, but now you want to add more updates and you want to add more achievements with those updates, but you've already used up your 1,000 points. So now what? Well, it turns out we do give you the ability to change point values of your achievements even after they have been published. So you can reduce the value of some of your older achievements and then you have a few more points to spend on the new ones. Now, if you do this, your current players, they're going to get to keep the points they've earned for their older achievements. So that means your most loyal fans who maybe earned 1,000 points from your original release, they're going to be able to earn more than 1,000 achievement points total, which, in the grand scheme of things, isn't so bad. You're rewarding your most loyal players, but don't do it too often or it'll start to get confusing if players notice that they're getting scored differently than their friends. Second, double check that your achievements are, well, achievable. Have you gone and made 5 secret achievements that nobody can actually earn? Yes. We know who you are. And in fact, if you've done this, you've probably seen that we now hide the achievements portion of your game in the Play Games app. And maybe your players noticed earlier and didn't care much because, it's a bummer to not get achievements, but it's not the end of the world. But now this means they can't level up by playing your game. And maybe they decide to ditch your game in favor of something similar that will increase their level. Maybe that's not a risk you want to take. Just a thought. But on the flip side, you also need to watch out for giving away too many achievements too early. Watch out for making your achievements so easy that they're earned in the first 30 seconds of your game. Partly this is a big missed opportunity for you, the game developer, because you've used up all your achievements before your player has had a chance to really become invested in your game. But also, if you give away too many points too quickly, it may trigger some rate limiting alarms on our end, and you might find that your achievements aren't worth as much as they ought to be. So remember, it's okay to have easy achievements, but they should be ones that players earn through the course of naturally playing your game, not ones they earn just by pressing the start button or, finishing level 1. Finally, you might have noticed that we not only tell each player the amount of XP they've earned, but we break it down by game category. Here you can see that I am clearly a puzzle player, as shown by my title, Puzzler. While my friend Damien, you can see he's a little more of a racing player. And our official titles are based on the games we've earned the most points in. So my last piece of advice for you game developers is make sure you have your game's category set correctly in 2 places. Yes, 2. Both here in the Play Store listing, which you've probably already done, but also here in the Game Services detail page. Yes, you need to set it twice. Once is for the Play Store, and the other is for Game Services to use for the user's game profile. So this will make sure we're not recommending your Match 3 game to a bunch of racing fans, and will also make sure that players won't level up as a music game aficionado by playing your first-person zombie shooter. So there you have it, folks. The new game profile is on an Android device near you, and it's going to sweep across the nation like a stampede of majestic wild ostriches. Now, you can harness this stampede and ride it to fame and glory, or wind up with a bunch of talon marks on your face. It's up to you. Your fate is in your hands. Just remember, 1, create a variety of achievements and set their scores appropriately. 2, don't do the 5 secret achievements that nobody can actually earn thing. That's not cool. And 3, set your game's category correctly. So thanks for tuning in. You keep making great games, and we'll keep playing them. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got a Flappy Bird clone that I'm trying to port to my Android Blender, so I got to get to work.